Hi everyone, it's Magdalena Wolf-Kind. Thank you so much for tuning in. I saw a tag on Instagram by Marilyn from Tarot Clarity, and it was called #Tarot7 Connection. And I saved it for later because I thought it's a cool challenge. But then I also got tagged by Fessa from 78 Puertas. So I have no choice but to participate now. So there are 7 questions. About you and tarot and your connection to it. So the first one, are there any types of readings you won't do and why not? So, well, I would, as a standard, I would avoid giving any detailed health advice because I'm not a doctor, and I could give more of a general advice, like you, in this period of time, you need to pay special attention to your health. You might be low on energy. Maybe you would need some rest and so on. So I wouldn't give health advice. I would certainly not predict anyone's death. This is something I just wouldn't do. I guess the reasons are obvious. You never know if your cards are right. That's the first one. The second one, it's too serious a topic to bring onto the table. It's not for me to decide if I share such an information. So, yeah, these types of things, I think. I would read, on romance or on job opportunities, job situation kind of stuff. I would also love to read on your inner development topics. But detailed health, predicting death is a big no-no. I suppose I didn't have anyone ask me for legal advice, so I don't know how I would react to that. But that's one of those that people also, just don't want any responsibility like that on them, right? So I don't know. I might give a general reading on whether it will, things will develop the way you would like them to. I think that's okay. But yeah, again, not a lawyer. Not getting into great details here. Okay. 2, is there any tarot card you identify with the most? Which is it? It doesn't necessarily have to be a triumph card. It can be a pip card. Oh, yes, there is one card. Okay, I have this gorgeous deck here. Or maybe this one. I don't know which one to pick. No. Let's take the Jacques Bourdelle, 1813. This is the card. The House of God, popularly also known as the Tower card. My life is changing. I feel like I'm one of these guys here. I'm leaving most of things that I've known so far. Oh, come on, focus, camera. That I've known so far. I need to realign my priorities, my way of thinking about things. it's a time of big changes. So totally and absolutely, I'm the tower. Yay! Hopefully, the next one will be the star. Okay. Is there any reading that you've ever done that either gave you the chills or impressed you? Don't betray anyone by name or anyone who's easily identifiable. Keep it anonymous. I thought a bit on the topic, and in general, I did have readings that were like freakishly accurate. Like you could not believe that all those details are in the cards. But I do not really recall a reading with chills in it. Okay, which is your preferred system or tarot? Pip style includes Italian, Tour de Marseille, or any Pip tarot deck, Thoth, Waite Colman Smith, Continental. What is a Continental tarot? Not sure. Or any other. Why do you like this system best? This is a really tough one. Well, you know that I do love Tour de Marseille. This is okay. I think this is my favorite one, but it doesn't mean I use only this one. I like to use a variety of decks. I do own a variety of decks. And yeah, my love for Tour de Marseille and historical decks in general, I think, first of all, it stems from my love for history, for any old stuff, to be honest. It just fascinates me how people used to think and live, how their lives were, how were they different to us, and in what ways they were similar to us. This is something that interests me really a lot. So this historical part of Tour de Marseille, certainly, but also the freedom that it gives you when there is no guidebook, there is only you and the cards, right? There is no Arthur Waite who will tell you what each card means. This is only you, the cards, and your intuition. So I love this. What else do I love? The characters in the pictures are adorable. Once, when I was talking to my friend Maya from Maya Divination, hi Maya, I said like, yeah, you know, oh, she's Polish. She is also Polish. And it's like, yeah, in Tour de Marseille, those people are like Polish people. They do not smile without a reason. There needs to be a reason for smiling, not just like that. Okay? So I like their attitude, to be sure. I like... Oh, there is lots... I have a whole video on why Tour de Marseille is cool, so you might want to check this out. But in general, I would say that it is Tour de Marseille is my great love. Although I do use Rider-Waite Smith based decks too. I read them differently, and I also read decks that are just their own thing. I read pip decks. With Thoth, I haven't still started using it. I do own a Thoth deck, but somehow, and I read a whole book on the Thoth deck, and I think it intimidated me. Like, everything was too much, and all this astrology in the tarot, and how this means, this symbolizes this symbolizes that. I felt a bit overwhelmed by it all, so I haven't touched this deck. Recently, when recently, last few years, I was reading a book in the Cormoran Strikes series, and there one of the character uses the Thoth deck, and I was thinking that maybe I would use it, but yeah, a few years passed and I haven't still reached for it. I do have a deck. Just a moment, I will reach for it. I do have a deck that has its keywords based on the Thoth system. It's the Stretch Tarot, and it has the keywords. However, it has like different images. Let me show you. Like there is Two of Wands, and it's called Dominion. But it's a different image to what the original Thoth deck has. Or what's there? Yeah, it also has a bit of Rider-Waite Smith to it, because Six of Pentacles is generosity, and it has this image that reminds me of Rider-Waite Smith. So yeah, I want to get into the Thoth deck, but I'm still not there yet. Okay. Do you prefer doing in-person readings, remote, or other types? Why? So there was a time that I would prefer to do it, to record a reading for someone, because it simply gave me more time to think on the message. However, right now, I love in-person readings because, first of all, you can consult. Sorry, Mike. Again, sorry, Mike. I hit you twice. You can consult what you're seeing in the cards with the person. They can have their own insight. They can see their lives in the cards. That is one thing. The second thing is that the exchange of energy and the atmosphere that is created, it supports insights, I think, at least for me. So doing it in person is the best. Second best is online, but live. And yeah, it's really something else for me to read in person. And I never did written readings, like I would write an email, because it's tedious for me. I'm a writer, by the way. I am a writer, but writing a reading down seems tedious to me somehow. Also because some things are also better expressed with gestures, with the tone of your voice. Like you can tune into those shades of meaning and transfer the meaning a different way to your querent, so they can also react emotionally to yeah, it's complicated. What I'm trying to say is that when you're reading, you're using your intuition a lot. Maybe your subconscious is getting something that you cannot consciously express, but subconsciously you are expressing it with your body, with your voice. Yeah, this is what I think. What do you think? Yeah, I will be tagging someone for sure. Besides tarot, are there any other oracular systems you enjoy using? Which ones and why? So my second most used, do we count Oracle if we do, well, then there is Oracle, of course. I love oracles. I love to give like another layer to the reading with adding Oracle to tarot, or to like narrow it down in a way. So I enjoy using these two together. Sometimes I use them separately, but I almost treat them as a set. Then there's also, of course, Lenormand. I love these cards. This is the first version of Lenormand. It was not yet called this way. And it was das Spiel der Hoffnung, so the game of hope. And I also love this deck, by the way. Yeah, I love old stuff. You know that. So Lenormand, I really enjoy. So when I think about it, when you're reading tarot, it's like you're visiting a wise uncle who is like a thinker, and he's very deep and serious. And when you're using Lenormand, it's like you're visiting your aunt who tells you how it is. Like, no, like beating around the bush. She tells you how it is. It's like visiting your aunt and getting a reading on a kitchen table. Do you get the difference here? I feel like this is more like that. Well, for me, of course, you can use these cards for whatever it seems fit for you. I'm telling you how it is for me. So this is for predictions. I usually use Lenormand. I like to use the Grand Tableau, and I'm reading with the method of distance. So which is the older way of reading the cards, and I'm not using the house method. I don't have like that. The first card in the tableau is a house of the rider, and the second is the house of the clover, and so on. I'm not reading like that. I'm looking at the significator, and then depending on the surrounding cards and how far each card is from it, I read from the Grand Tableau. I do have also 2 long videos on how I read with the method of distance. I learned from the books by Björn Moiris, the Petit Lenormand Encyclopedia. They are excellent. And he has also published a 3rd volume, which is like going more in depth with the reading Grand Tableau, or even reading the cards anyway. I highly recommend it if you would like to read with the distance method of distance. These are excellent resources. Okay, and lastly, I'm not finished. I also sometimes use playing cards. Playing cards are actually something that I grew up with, that were always laying somewhere around, that I played when I was a child with, because my grandparents loved to play. They would play every day, actually. Like after lunch, there would be some game they would play, or they would play with us. They would teach us games. And my grandma also used to read with playing cards, just like her mother before her. So I also use these to connect to my ancestors in a way. And if the if the Lenormand is your like a chatty aunt that will give you a reading on a kitchen table, these are razor blades. These are for me, playing cards are not for weak-hearted. If you don't really want to know the answer, don't ask. Don't ask. If you're not ready to hear the answer, don't ask, because they will just cut you to the bone. Yeah. But lastly, I sometimes rarely use runes. I even made myself a set of runes myself from a branch of an oak. Will you be able to see it? From an oak from my garden, a branch that fell, and I burned the runes into these. So I made everything myself. I cut them, and it was hard. Oak wood is tough. It's very hard. So it was a lot of work. Then I polished them so that they are very smooth on very smooth sandpaper, and then I burnt the runes in, and then I put some oil on them as well, so they're well preserved. However, yeah, I'm finding myself not reading with them much these days. More often, I'm using actually these cards, and there is an English version because these are by Polish authors. This is a Polish edition, and really soon there will be an English edition. I will be showing it on my channel, but these are really nice, and the guidebook is really substantial and interesting. So yeah, so there are like animals with the runes here. Yeah. So I sometimes pull a rune or two for myself. And this is mostly it. I do own a Sibylla deck, but I never got to starting reading with it. What else is there? Oh, yeah, sure. Every year in Poland, we have the St. Andrew's Eve. It is November 28th, because St. Andrew's Day is November 30th. So this is the night when we traditionally do fortune telling. And the main way to do it is to pour wax, preferably beeswax. But when I was a kid, we were poor and we couldn't afford beeswax, so we just had candle wax. And I think I also have an episode on St. Andrew's Eve. You can check it out in my Slavic pagan stuff playlist. But basically what you do is you either use, my grandparents used birch branches or a key. A key is the most popular as far as I know. So you take a key that has like a hole in its head, and through this head you pour wax onto a bowl with cool water, and then you pick it up to see what you try to see a symbol in the shape. We do it with creating a shadow on the wall and turning it until we see a shape we recognize, either an object or an animal or a human being. And this is like your fortune for the next year. So I do it every year. Is there anything else? yeah, I think this is basically it. And last question is, what solidified your connection with tarot? Well, I had a very strong connection with tarot from the moment I got my first deck, which was this one, the Polish tarot. The Polish tarot. And I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13 years old. I just saw it and I knew I need to have it. And then I was told by a priest that it's a sin to use tarot cards. So I put it deep into one of my shelves, and I would pull it out only for St. Andrew's Eve, because then it was for everyone, it's okay to do fortune telling. And then when I decided I'm not longer aligned with the teachings of the church, instantly I remembered my tarot cards. I was not living with my parents anymore back then, but I just instantly thought, oh, where are my tarot cards? When I visit my parents, I need to get them. And I got them, and they have been with me ever since. There was one year when I was not reading tarot. I felt like, I really felt bad that year, and I felt this, I felt that I'm not good enough. I don't have the thing in me, whatever it means. And I did not use the cards, but after that year, I came back to the cards, and it's been now, wait a minute, 14 years since after the Christian break. And during this time, there was 1 year I haven't been using the cards. So this is it. These are my answers. I will tag Maya from Maya Divination. Please do this tag. It's so much fun. Thank you so much to 78 Puertas for tagging me. Thank you, Marilyn, for creating the tag. And yeah, if you would like to do a VR to this video, dear viewers, please feel free. Please tag me so I know, or comment here that you've done it so I could see it. This is very interesting. I enjoy listening to other people's stories related to their tarot journey. So, and if you do not feel like doing a VR, but you would like to share something related to this video, again, write it here in the comment section. And yeah, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.